What's up, everybody? It's JMac Boogie here today. I have a special deck profile for you. This is my personal favorite in the deck that I learned Yu-Gi-Oh with, or at least the current format, and that is my my hero deck. Now, I'm sure you've seen a lot of hero deck profiles before. Mine is a little bit different. You could attribute it to being a new player or just absolutely loving every card that you can play in this deck. There's so many different options that you can go with. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Of course, you're starting off with the boy, the OG, Stratos to search, and then also to pop spells and traps if you have multiple hero monsters on the field. So this is an absolute 3-of that you'll need. I like the new alternative art in maximum gold as well. I was thinking about switching it out for this video, but he's much cheaper and easier to get these days. So make sure you pick up 3 of these if you're interested in playing heroes. Then we got 2 Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is great. It allows you to, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a level 4 lower hero monster to your hand. And then if it's special summoned, you can add a mass change to your hand. So you'll see in any combo that you do that this is a card that you either want to get into your grave or special summon each turn. Then we have the 1-ofs, Liquid Soldier and Solid Soldier. I think Liquid Soldier is a little bit easier to get these days. I think he's around $16 to $20. I know he was up there for a little bit. Liquid Soldier is great. It allows you to get into Absolute Zero in your extra deck pretty easily. When he is used for a fusion summon, you can draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. So you'll use that a lot if you're using him to make Sunriser or Absolute Zero, and we'll go into that later. And then if he's normal summoned, you can also special summon a level 4 lower hero monster from your deck. So this is great to use to get Shadow Mist from your graveyard, special summon her, get a mass change, pretty easy. Solid Soldier is the one that maybe, if you want to get closer to 40 cards, you can cut Solid Soldier, but he's a great starter. You normal summon him, and then you can special summon a level 4 lower hero monster from your hand. So just a great combo starter. Him and Stratos are something that you usually want to see. If he gets Veilered or Impermed, then you're in a little bit of trouble unless you have a Vision Hero stuff. So yeah, 2 great cards. Adding on to the 1-ofs, you have Honest Neos. This guy has won me so many games. During the damage step, you activate this card and your hero monster gains 2500 attack. And it's just, I mean, people aren't expecting it unless they see you add it to their hand. And this guy right here has just finished off so many games. He's the closer of the deck. So also a very easy card to get these days. Probably only around $1 or $2. Next, we have the Vision Hero package, Vision Hero Ferris. Now this is where the deck gets a little expensive. I think Ferris is around $15 to $20, and these guys were hard to track down. I think they came out a year or 2 ago. But basically what Vision Hero Ferris does is you get to discard a hero card from your hand. Or I think it's discard any card. Hold on. Yeah, discard 1 other hero monster, and then you can place Vision Hero Increase into your spell and trap zone. So he's just another starter. The problem with heroes before this Vision Hero package was that they had Stratos to start, and that was pretty much it. If you have Stratos, this guy, another hero card in your hand, you're going to go full combo. So 3 of those. 2 Increase. Increase is the card that you'll get off of the Ferris search. He goes into your spell trap zone. Special summon himself. And that's really all he's good for. When he special summons himself, he can special summon another Vision Hero monster, and that's why you run 2 Vion. Now, Vion's kind of the, Increase is, when you're playing the Vision Hero combo, Increase is the card they're going to stop a lot of times because they don't want you to get this Vion out. Now, if you do get this Vion out, he allows you to send the hero monster from your deck to grave. So you could do Shadow Mist, you could do Destiny Hero Malicious, just a great way to kind of keep your plays going. He also allows you to banish a card and add a polymerization to your hand. So you never want to draw a polymerization, and if you don't, usually you'll banish the Ferris with Vion, and you'll get that polymerization search. So I've seen some people play 1 of Vion, but I recommend playing 2. Destiny Hero Malicious. This is a card you'll send off a Bion. He banishes himself from the graveyard. Special summon the Malicious. Pretty much, this is, you have to play this guy. The rest of the Destiny heroes, we got Celestial, Dynatag, and Plasma. And if you're familiar with heroes, you know what this probably means is that I play Fusion Destiny in my deck. I didn't used to. It used to just be Plasma. But it just adds so many other options to your starting hand if you do get Fusion Destiny. So these guys are mostly for that. Celestial is cool because while you have no cards in your hand, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can bash this card and then you draw 2 cards. Dynatag is fun because you can discard this card and make yourself take no battle damage, and then each player takes 1,000. So he can even close you off games. I hardly ever use these 2 guys' effects unless I absolutely need to. But they're just here for the Fusion Destiny fodder. Now, Destiny Hero Plasma is a different story. I still think this card is one of the best cards in the game. He negates all monster effects on the field. He's 1900, and during the main phase, you can absorb one of their monsters, and he gains half of their attack. Now, this could be considered a brick. If you aren't going first, maybe side this card out. That's completely fair. And the other thing about Fusion Destiny, at least in Heroes, is that you can side out the entire package if you want to. If you're going second and you don't think it's going to be necessary in the duel you're playing, feel free to side out the Destiny Hero monsters, except for Destiny Hero Malicious. So then we have our last hero monster, Evil Hero Dusted Gold. Now this guy was very hard to get. The most expensive Yu-Gi-Oh card I've bought in a single form. He was $90. I think he's up to $120. Evil Hero Dusted Gold allows you to discard himself and then add a card that lists Dark Calling. So we'll get to that a little bit later, but you definitely don't need to play this guy, but if you have it or if you have the cash, go for it. We have 2 Ash Blossoms. Pretty self-explanatory there. 3 Mass Change. They're all common Mass Change, unfortunately. But this allows you to Fusion Summon a masked hero from your deck. Great to use on any Dark Monster, make Dark Law. That's going to be your big turn 1 play. Now, the card I really like playing in this deck that catches a lot of people off guard is Super Polymerization. First of all, just like one of my favorite cards in the whole game. It surprises people, it ruins their plays. It deals with Dragoon in this deck, and you'll find there's so many quirky hero monsters, hero fusion monsters that goes like 1 elemental hero monster and then an attribute. So I've played Plunder Patrols before and ruined their plays with Super Polymerization to make Absolute Zero using one of their monsters. I've used this against Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which I think is a wind monster, to make Great Tornado. So you can side those extra fusion hero monsters in and use Super Polymerization. But this is this and Fusion Destiny they're 2 different types of decks. The reason this deck is over 40 cards because I can't make up my mind. I like using both. So Fusion Destiny here, this allows you to fusion summon a Destiny hero monster as material, but then you're locked into only special summoning dark hero monsters for the rest of the turn. So that can be troubling at some points, but that's why you use this card at the end of your turn. The reason I play 3 is because you want to see it on your first hand to kind of end off your play. If you're going second, you can side these cards out if you really want to, because I think the Dangerous and Dystopia play are more first turn plays. And like I said, I went a long time without playing Fusion Destiny and did just fine. Polymerization, Miracle Fusion, you only need 1 of these each. You don't want to draw either of these. If you do, it's not the end of the world, but both these cards are very easy to search off of. 1 Dark Calling, this goes with the Dusted Gold. 2 E-Calls, and the Reinforcement of the Army. Why I don't have 3 calls and why I play Rhoda instead, I don't know. They all do the same thing. This isn't once per turn. This is limited to 1. I used to play 3 calls and I switched it out. But make sure you have 3 of those searchers. 1 copy of A Hero Lives. This card will he'll get you sometimes, but You pay half your life points. You can special summon a hero monster directly from the deck. You can use this, and you must control no face-up monsters. So if you get this on the first turn, this is limited to 1, by the way. If you get this on the first turn, special summon Shadow Mist, get that mass change, and just start your combos from there. Triple Tactics. Again, you don't have to play this. Very expensive card. Just got lucky when I was opening Rise of the Duelist, but you're going to get Ash Blossomed, you're going to get Drolled, you're going to get Impermed a lot in this deck, and this is just the perfect thing to have when that does happen. So I wish I had 3, but I only have 2, and if I need to side it out, it's another card it's okay to side. 1 Monster Reborn comes in handy. Stratos is not once per turn, so link off Stratos, use Monster Reborn. Again, this is another card you could probably take out. And then 3 Imperms to stop your opponent. So let's get into the extra deck there. The main deck was around 43, 45 cards, I think. Let's start with Elemental Hero Sunrise. One of my favorite cards to make. You use Polymerization on 2 different attributes. You can special summon him, and then he allows you to add Miracle Fusion. And Miracle Fusion allows you to fusion summon from your graveyard. So he searches, and then he also protects. So during the battle phase, when another one of your hero monsters battles on your turn or your opponent's turn, he can destroy a card. So he can pop a card. This is the card they're going to have to get rid of first. And the other thing he does is that he each hero monster gains 200 attack for each different attribute on the field. So they just, I mean, these heroes get so huge, especially with this guy. So Sunrise is right there. Absolute Zero. The card you're going to want to use to make Sunrise is usually Liquid Soldier, which is a water type, water attribute. And you make him. Liquid Soldier goes into graveyard. You get to draw 2 cards, discard 1 card from Liquid Soldier's effect. Then use Miracle Fusion to create Absolute Zero. Absolute Zero gives a lot of people problems because if this card leaves the field, even if you get shuffled back into the deck, he destroys all monsters on your opponent's side of the field. So people have a really hard time getting rid of him. They just got to swallow a pill and try to get him out. Super Poly targets. Let me make sure I have all of them for you. This is all I have right now. There's others in the side deck. The Shining, Escarado, and Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Now, I think the Shining is necessary, especially now with Drytrons. But there's so many light monsters being played. Use Super Poly with this. He's great. It's just disrupts people's plays. This is actually a really bad card, but he takes a elemental hero monster, 1 dark monster. So if you're playing against a dark deck, he's something to use. But the one you're going to want to go into is Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, which requires 2 dark monsters. And when he's destroyed, he destroys all special summon monsters on your opponent's side of the field. So these are all your Super Poly targets. Again, you can add in the Fire Monster, you can add in Great Tornado. There's just so many other ones that you can use to disrupt your opponent's plays. We played 2 Dark Law. So again, mass change into any dark hero monster gives you Dark Law. He banishes every card that leaves your opponent's side of the field. And then when your opponent adds a card, except by drawing it, he can banish a card from their hand. So this is the card you're going to want to make on the first turn. If not, try to make Plasma. The last mass hero we have is Acid. So Acid is cool because you can mass change Absolute Zero. When you do that, Absolute Zero destroys all your opponent's monsters on the field. And then when Acid is summoned, his effect is you can destroy as many spells and traps your opponent controls as possible. So it's basically a Regeki, a Lightning Storm when you do that combo, and he's still a 2600 beat stick as well. So just a little play you can do there. The Destiny heroes, we have Dystopia and Dangerous. Now the reason we play Dangerous is that it takes a Destiny hero monster and a Dark Effect monster. So you can use like Malicious, and then you're going to want to use Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist goes to the graveyard, and then once you go into your Cross Crusader Link Blaze, you bring Shadow Mist back out, and it's an easy way for you to get mass change. Dystopia is pretty cool. He's a 2800 monster, and if his attack is different than his original attack, he can pop a card on your opponent's side of the field. So there's different ways to make his attack go up. Sunriser, Dread Decimator, Dynatag. There's plenty of ways to get this guy higher, but these are your turn 1 Destiny Hero Fusion Destiny targets. We have Vision Hero Trinity. He takes 3 hero monsters. He goes up to 5,000 attack, and he can make a second and third attack each turn. I don't use this card a ton unless I think I have game in hand and they have a lot of attack monsters, but he can close out games for you. Malicious Bane. This card can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and during your main phase you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls, and he gains 200 attack for each monster destroyed that way. So a really great card. Again, not completely necessary because this is a card you'll use with Dark Calling after a Dusted Gold. So that's how you bring this guy out. You banish an Evil Hero, which is a Dusted Gold, and then you'll banish a level 5 or higher monster to bring him out. But people have a real hard time with this card, and they don't know what to do when he comes out, and he's very hard to get rid of. So if you can play it, if you do have it, throw it in there. He's an absolute boss. And for the link plays, we got Cross Crusader, Dread Decimator, and Wonder Driver. A couple people play 2 Cross Crusaders. I play 1 just because I have all the super poly targets, but he's really great. He takes 2 warrior monsters, and when you special summon him, he can bring back a Destiny Hero monster from your grave. Bring him out. He tributes the Destiny Hero monster and searches. So that's, you want to get into this guy. And then if you have Malicious or Destiny Hero Dangerous, that's the monster you're going to use to bring out and then tribute to search again. So great card there. Dread Decimator. Rarely go into this one unless I absolutely need to. But he is a link 3, and when you link him off, he gains 100 attack for each different hero monster in your graveyard for himself and then each monster he points to. So if you end on Darklaw, Plasma, Dread Decimator, and this guy's up here and he's pointing at Darklaw or Plasma, and they get an extra boost, they're really hard to beat over. Add in Honest Neos, and you're practically unstoppable in terms of attack points. The last one is Wonder Driver. This is one that I've taken out at some points and brought him back in, but he's a link 2, and then when a monster is special summoned to the zone he points to, he can add a Miracle Fusion or Polymerization back to the hand. That even works for Mass Change. So if I really need a Mass Change, if I'm in a bind, I can recycle him and bring him out. But that is my that's my hero deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any suggestions, or if let me know what you think about the profile itself. We'll do some videos on the Nexus of us playtesting this. With this deck, I probably win, I'd say 60% of the time. The problem with the deck is that you don't get any negates up, which is unfortunate, but you can play through a lot. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Be on the lookout for some play videos.